And there's the waterfall, guys. Just kidding. Alright guys, we made it through another week to a weekend, and we decided to get out on the trail. This weekend's supposed to be a little rainy, so we decided to go after work on Friday and try and see if maybe we could catch a quick hike after work. Kim, tell us where we're at today.
We are at Ueland Tree Farm, which is a private tree farm that lets the public use trails and their logging roads. And it's a pretty heavily trafficked area. There were a lot of cars in the parking lot, but I think that we should be able to maintain social distancing out here. There's an access road and this trail that we're on, so maybe we'll do the trail out and the road back and keep our distance.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a waterfall about a mile away. So a mile in and a mile back for the waterfall, and then if we want to go up to the viewpoint, I think it's closer to maybe 6-ish miles total, but we'll have to see kind of where we end up and what we end up doing.
That'll all depend on how flat it is. All right, well, here's a shot of the parking lot. As you can see, it is quite jammed here. It's about, what is it, about 5 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Time is it?
Yeah, about 5 o'clock.
About 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, so a lot of people getting out and stretching their legs. So, all right, we're gonna get on our hike here, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Boggy and buggy. Oh, look at those water. Let's just put a float on top of the water. It should be interesting.
Are we going the right way? Okay.
Down to the
Viewpoint?
yeah.
So we've made it to the top of the mountain, as I would call it, to Zach's Lookout, and we thought we'd change things up and give you our thoughts of this trail at the top of the lookout. So I'll go ahead and start us out here. I think it's very beautiful if you get up to Zach's Lookout. Coming up here was a little strenuous, very steep, and at least it was a nice evening out for the hike, but definitely some elevation gain here. And I think last week's I preferred more. I'm not sure why. I just think it had some steep parts, but it definitely also had a lot more to look at, I think. So although this view is quite wonderful. The waterfall was cool. I did expect it to be bigger because a lot of people had talked it up, but it still was cool. What do you think?
I liked it. I like this whole trail, actually. I think this has a lot of things that people would like. It's a good length, as in it's a little longer than some of the ones that we normally do, so more avid hikers would probably enjoy that. Currently, we're noticing that there's a decent amount of bugs out, but it is almost nightfall and we're both sweaty, so I'm sure we're quite tasty for them. This view is gorgeous. There's mountains, water, trees. The waterfall's beautiful. I've seen that part before, but I haven't made it up to this lookout before. So I think if you are someone who's fairly active and you want to get out and you want to go for a longer jaunt and you want to see all of the things, this would be the perfect hike. From an accessibility standpoint, I would stay on the main road rather than that first trail that we were on. There were some roots and stuff, so if maybe your mobility is a little bit more challenged, I would stay on the main path or the main road. We did see a lot of people with kids, so I think that the kids can at least make it to the waterfall, and then if you've got a more active family, they could probably jump up here too.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good, nice blend of things, and I would highly recommend Ueland Tree Farm.
Yeah. Sorry we're squinting so much. The sun is right in our eyes here. But the sun is setting, and while it would be a gorgeous spot to get a sunset photo, we also wouldn't then be walking home in the dark, and we did not bring flashlights. So we are going to head back down the, what's about 3.5 miles back to the car.
Yep.
And get the heck out of here. So thanks for joining us again, and I'll get you a few shots of the trail back out probably, and then we will see you next time.
Bye. See you next time.
Alright guys, for dinner Kim has made us some spaghetti. Well, is it spaghetti still if the noodles are giant?
No.
I don't know what it's called, but
Let's call it rigatoni.
rigatoni.
Makes it sound fancy.
Sure. Our fancy rigatoni with a view. Zach's Lookout.
I don't know who Zach is, but
The sucker made it to the top first and got to call it his.